That's very pretty. Okay, I think it's now taking me around and around, but I think it's now taking me onto the motorway and up towards the bridge, I imagine. Go way over here. Here we go then. This could be fun. Don't know if there's a minimum speed. Can't see one, so I will take my time a little bit. Here we go. One of the longest bridges in Denmark at the moment. There's bound to be longer ones soon, and they're going to build a tunnel, or they're in the process of building a tunnel between Denmark and Germany. I don't know what it is about bridges that I find so fascinating. But I just do. What's really unusual for me, so in the UK, at the edge of the carriageway, they normally make it so that you can't see. But here, yeah, you can see straight through there. And then on a bike, I can see straight over it. I am concentrating, and I know there are lorries behind me. And I'm sorry, lorries, but it's windy out here, so this is the speed I'm going at. Yeah, that's right, you go around. And I feel like I'm right in the middle of the sea, like I'm on a boat out here. Really, I can't see land either side at all. Probably doesn't help that it's misty. I'm really out in the middle of nowhere now. Middle of the sea, it's windy. Of course, Danes are taking advantage of that by having a whole load of windmills planted in the sea out here, generating electricity, as is their way. There's a lorry parked in the hard shoulder there. You can see the windsock blowing all the way to the right. So they've closed the hard shoulder here for a bit. We'll look up. Show you some of the structure of this bridge. Not just the length of it. Fellow biker going across the other side. Yeah, slow and steady is definitely good up here. Right on the centre span now. Getting towards the windiest part, and I seem to be above those clouds over there. But this is a very, very high bridge indeed. I'll try to find some facts and figures out about it. Flash them up on the screen later on. How high is it? Here we go. This is almost the centre point. And that is it now. There is some land down there. I don't know if that's where we're landing or if that's just a little island halfway across. As I say, it is windy up here. I'm being cautious. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that's what I've just realised is. Yeah, okay, so the land is just for the bridge. The bridge comes down lands on a piece of land, but that's not the end of the sea. That is nowhere near the end of the sea, so that's coming down onto the causeway now. This is the end part of the bridge now that we're coming down. We're going to land on this land. This is definitely reclaimed land. Look at that windsock. See how windy it is. And I think that's why I thought it was 10 kilometres. Because that wasn't 10 kilometres across the bridge, was it? That was maybe 2 or 3. But I think once we get down onto here, we've got a whole series more causeways and bridges and so on until we get to Funen, that altogether come up to about 10 kilometres, I think. Might even be more. I don't know whether that probably wasn't that exciting watching, but it was exciting riding and something I wanted to do. I do like the bridges. I'm actually shivering though. It is cold. It really is cold. And there must have been an old way across here, probably by ferry, because I can see a lighthouse just there, which may still be useful, but now they've got the road, probably less so. And that wind really is biting. As we come down, pretty much fully off the bridge now, onto land of some kind. It's reclaimed land, or land of something. I can actually see food in the distance now. That is far, far away. That's got to be another 10 kilometres until we get to Funen. I won't keep you with me the whole time I'm doing that. What a beautiful lighthouse that is. Rather than just a plain white stripes of brick, different coloured brick. Really make that very, very striking. Handsome lighthouse. Train right there. I don't think the train went over the bridge. Maybe there's a separate bridge. Maybe it did and I just didn't notice. Maybe there was a tunnel. Okay. And now we're out onto a massive causeway. Way I just thought was like over sort of like reclaimed land that runs just over the level of the water. This is 10 or 20 meters up above the level of the water. This is just on and on and on. That is as far as the ferry was that I took yesterday between Denmark and Sweden, at least. And that took 40 minutes on the ferry, battery powered ferry. So yeah, that's got to be more than 10 kilometers, I reckon. Pretty is that out there, that peninsula of the land, of a little tower built right on the end, a bit like a Florentine tower with a red terracotta roof tile. Very pretty. See, I think we're off the causeway and back onto the mainland. I am going to take a little break here So I haven't actually had a break yet, I just drove down to the waterfront. It's so pretty. And there you can see the causeway that I just came over. And over here, the water. Lovely. The ice is melting at the poles, we're being told. And one little pretty little place to have a stop for 5 minutes or so. Yeah, and that was a really nice place to have a stop. Well, I think probably the bathrooms aside, because they're probably the worst bathrooms I have seen in a long time. Very old and very dirty. Still, at least they were all on site and have a nice stop and a little rest and a bit of a warm up. Anyway, back on the road. That was literally just off the bridge and had a stop. So this is basically a town called Nyborg, and I've still got, oh, there's a lovely sign, 36 kilometers to Odense, which is where I'm headed now. And that would be on the motorway, so probably a little more than that on the round and round routes from Kalamoto. And I actually probably could do with some fuel, which I didn't. I could have got some fuel just there, but I totally forgot about it. Just pretty. Very, very pretty.
400 meters, turn left onto Cutty minus 350.
A very pretty sky, that is.
You've been on the road for over 3 hours.